just went like ape shit for 2 years. Don't know if I can swear, but
you can do whatever you want.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. Apparently, when someone says you can do whatever you want, the appropriate response is this. Yeah. Yeah. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Nice to see you.
Doing good. Yeah, real good, man.
I feel like you've spent a lot of time in Canadian broadcasting. I feel like I saw you on Family Feud.
Yeah,
you guys
he brought me. For
that was epic. When we got asked to do it, I was like, holy guacamole.
Who was on your team?
So Julie is my clothing designer. So she makes a bunch of pieces of clothing with me. Freddie Dredd, Young Gravy. Freddie Dredd's an artist from Toronto, I guess Oshawa, but a Canadian artist. And then my brother, who I flew back from Copenhagen, and he lost us the game and didn't say. He literally said nothing.
I don't know if he didn't lose the game. There was a bad call. There was a bad call.
Well, do you remember? Tell me, what was the question?
It was another word for courageous.
What's another word for courageous? Brave.
And he was like, and I'm like, Ed.
Yeah,
but
that was the only option.
We love Ed, so it's fine.
I don't know too much about how you guys got together, so I was reading a little bit to get ready for this. I was hoping you might tell me the story. Can you tell me the story? Like, it was a DM like 7 years ago?
Pretty much, yeah.
About 7 years ago, he slid into my SoundCloud DMs, and I had not been rapping for very long. I had like 100 followers on SoundCloud.
I think I had like 180.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't one of you chasing the other person with a gigantic following or anything like that.
We were both super low-key.
I really liked his music, and I knew it would blow up. I just heard it, and I was like, this is the most original nonsense I've ever heard in my life. It's great. And we just became friends. He like knew how to say my name before anyone else. And
what was the inflection point for each of you when it went from like 100 followers to like a cajillion?
May 2017 for him.
May 2017?
Yeah, my song Mr. Clean started getting used a lot more on like Instagram and like social media. They're putting on like sports videos and meme compilations and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just randomly went up a lot. And I think I was getting like 1,000 followers a day. And like at that point, that was like so crazy to us. I was like calling him and I was mind blown.
I remember I was busing home from my busing job.
Where were you busing?
At Steamworks in Vancouver.
Oh, right on.
It's just right on like the wharf, kind of right where like the.
So you had a day job.
I had a day job, and I just remember him calling me or like texting me, being like, "Dude, like every time I open up Instagram, I'm getting 1,000 followers," and I just remember looking at that text and be like, "Dude, he's blowing up. That's crazy," and. After that, I had a bunch of music ready with him, and I was like, okay, well, now's my shot. Like, I need to stop partying, going out, and doing anything. So I just went like ape shit for 2 years. Don't know if I can swear, but
you can do whatever you want.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. Apparently, when someone says you can do whatever you want, the appropriate response is this. Yeah. Yeah. That's the first thing. That's the first thing you do is you say the word "yeah" in a hushed tone. I've often heard that. That's the. So you figured I'm going to work really, really hard, and I have an opportunity here through my buddy to maybe have it happen at the same time.
So he brought me on a bunch of tours, and it was more like a slow, organic, like just normal slope, and then La La La, I dropped it on June 7th, and it immediately went gangbusters viral, and like that was like a real parabolic slope for my career, and ever since it's been like, kind of it. Like, I am the La 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 guy, but at least I'm a guy.
I think both of us kind of had a long, slow, normal slope, especially compared to some artists that blow up nowadays, like with TikTok and other social media.
Yeah, we just did a massive tour. We were just at History in, when was that, December? But
it was a small show on the
small show on the tour, and what was the biggest one? Like 7,800 in Minnesota?
Man, oh man.
It was nuts. Just absolutely ridiculous.
In all seriousness, that must be like rewarding for you guys to have met with like 100 SoundCloud followers, no guarantee of anything working out for one of you.
Yeah.
And then for it to kind of have worked out so well for the two of you.
There's no business even to be had, so it was just friendship, We weren't making any money for the first long period of time.
That must feel great.
Yeah, it's sick. Honestly, like I don't really have too many complaints. I'm getting way better at being like proud of myself and like being a happier individual just as in the basis of my life. But I was standing at his house, that is his newly fresh mansion, actually. And it has a pool, and it's very wet. And
it is.
And
water.
And I just was like standing looking at the view, and I was like, wow. Like I bought an apartment, I sold it, and I've already been able to do that. and he bought a house, and it's beautiful, and it's just like nuts that we have done what we've done from legitimately like no help at all.
The nice thing is that you can get like a big beautiful mansion with a big wet pool, and for the same price, 2-bedroom apartment in Vancouver, which is really, really nice. That really works out.
It's really piss.
Yeah, I did see your apartment in Vancouver. I mean, this is in the hills in LA, which is it's expensive, but I remember what you spent on your apartment, and then I compared it to I spent more on the house, but
if you
the
do
ratios
by
were not,
square footage of a property, oh my god!
If you put that house just right here next to this building, it'd probably be a lot.
It's like my apartment was literally the same size of your ensuite bathroom and your room, like.
And you got to share the pool. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
shared pool. Let's listen to some music. Let's do it.
My delicious, look fictitious, gravy so clean you should see my dishes. Peep how I live, think I got 3 wishes. Endless ice bread. I ain't never lacking, I be getting to the action. I'm finessing with a passion. President of smashing, 5-time champion. Gravy came through and put fashion out of fashion. Da, 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 da.
This is gonna sound good. The clean version of this.
Yeah, it's gonna sound great.
They always say the public radio version sounds better than the real thing. I've often heard that before.
This is Freddie Dredd right here.
Nightmare on Peachtree Street by Baby No Money and Young Gravy from the new album Baby Gravy 3. What's the process of you guys making music together? I assume you don't get together.
We do a lot of times.
This album we did way more together. The first 2, or I guess like the first one was completely like correspondence.
We never met in person.
Yeah, we never met in person.
Shit. So that whole time that you were, I don't know if I can say that, this whole time that you were corresponding with one another and becoming really good friends and cheering one another on and watching each other have this viral success, you hadn't met?
No.
So we met like a year and a half after we started talking. So once he blew up, all the labels were like, hey, come on down to LA, and we booked a show in Vancouver at the Cobalt, if you've ever been.
It's like 60 people or something?
Yeah,
maybe less.
20.
Okay, well.
My mom got denied. She didn't have her ID, and my mom got denied, and I remember my mom being pissed. And my mom and dad both pull up, and they're not young. I'm not saying that they're old. I love my parents, mom, dad, Vahan, Tina. I absolutely love you guys so much, but
they're not.
The security guard was just like being such a dickhead.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got declined from your show.
Declined from the show. We did the show, and then we ended up driving down all on the West Coast. Had a really good like boys road trip, and
booked some other shows too, like a house party in Seattle, and this one that got shut down in LA by the fire department because there were so many people. And then we performed in a truck bed outside of it. We blocked the Starbucks drive-through and got in the back of a truck bed, and they were just playing music out of the car. That was an epic moment. There's a video somewhere.
Oh, that might be like the coolest moment of
that was
your career.
That was where like everyone just wanted to hear the music so bad that we just got up there and we're rapping it off of the car speakers and jumping around. And
I love how DIY this is. I love how you just kind of did it.
Yeah, we were sleeping on people's couches and stuff, and taking favors.
I mean, you were sleeping on the couch. I was definitely on the ground.
I know you guys not from SoundCloud, but from TikTok. That's when I first came across you guys.
Yeah.
And I think TikTok's been really big for both of your careers, right?
Totally.
So talk to me a little bit about TikTok. My understanding is you weren't super crazy about the app at first.
Yeah. I just don't, I mean, it's cool. I don't look at it. I use it, and it has helped me a ton. It's just kind of, I don't like how it's sort of changed people's consumption of music.
What do you mean?
It just seems like a lot of people who view TikTok a lot, and a lot of maybe just Gen Z in general, their whole, downloaded library of songs is just things that they hear on there rather than an album dropping and you listen to every single song. People aren't going elsewhere on the internet to search for music.
It's not a way into a song. It's not a way to like be introduced to a song and then find that artist and listen to the whole record and be sort of moved by it as an artist. It's these little snippets are becoming the songs, and that's a little disheartening.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the user interaction with how fast-paced all content is now. Is like, why would they go listen to a full album when they just get what they need from one song? But it is cool at the same time because you have availability and accessibility for anyone to become an artist, and record labels are becoming more and more obsolete every day, and they genuinely know that. And it's less like exploitative as far as record labels come. And
I'll have meetings with people at the label that are supposed to be marketing stuff. Definitely not anyone that's here right now. It's just, back on the state side.
Yeah.
And they'll say, like, we'll have a meeting on how to promote the album. Like, yo, Gravy, you got to make some more TikToks about MILFs, man. Like, let's get the song in there. Let's promote it. Who's the mom working? I'm like, dude, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that if you want me to, but you don't like. And a lot of artists I've heard complain about the same thing. They're just getting forced by their label to be like, hey, you go create a TikTok instead of us, trying to think of something else.
Because is that frustrating because you're wondering like, hey, well, what exactly are you doing for me here that I can't do myself at all?
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, well then give me the creative and send me a script. It's like, oh well, crickets. So
last time you were here, you said to me something along the lines of like, back when La 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 first came out, you kind of had an eye for what was going to work on TikTok. You kind of knew.
I didn't know that it would go that hard. I don't think anyone could have. I knew that the song would do well. Ari and I, we were buying Bud Lights, and I was like, dude, like, how many streams do you think this is going to do? He's like, 30 million first year. I was like, dude, that's crazy, 30 million? And within like the first 7 days, it did like 27 million. And at that time, like, none of my songs were doing that. None of my songs to this date have done that. I don't know if it ever will again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But
it's one of the biggest songs ever.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool.
It's Old Town Roadie, like
It isn't that big because it didn't do that well on radio.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because it literally starts, did I really just forget that?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Without TikTok, it definitely would not be nearly as big, but fundamentally, it's a good song.
What have you noticed the changes that have been on TikTok recently?
I just think that it's so oversaturated. Like, breaking through now is just nuts. And like actually trying to get people to listen to it via TikTok, it's like you're literally shooting like a billion targets and not hitting. I don't know. It's a bad analogy, but
I think when first starting any social media as an artist, it was every accomplishment we would have and every release we would have, you'd post about it and all your fans are there supporting you and getting hyped about it. And that becomes your most interactive post is when you drop something or when you announce something. But if you go to TikTok, no one gives a shit. They want to see something funny. So on my page, you go to my page, and if any music video that we drop or we announce, it's like with the lowest viewed videos, and then it's like me hitting on a random lady has 30 million views.
Yeah.
So it's TikTok, people don't care about like your success. They just want to see some funny stuff.
Is that frustrating to you as an artist, as a rapper?
yeah, it's not ideal, but I think that if you do make wholeheartedly like an amazing project, people will want to listen to it. And like, I'm just gonna hope.
This is very interesting to me. It's very interesting to see this kind of tension. I didn't really know about that. Is there a tension between the things that you want to rap about and the things that you know will do well on TikTok? Are those two different things?
I would recommend artists not to try to make music for TikTok because I've seen people do it, and then you just end up with these songs that have all these weird little drops and talking and.
Well, think about like Steve Lacy, like how he was on stage getting all pissed off about people only knowing that singular part of the song, which like, but people still know that singular part of the song. So it's like, at what point is it normalized, and at what point is it like, I mean, it's just the game we got to play now. So
100%. There's been times where I'll be like, have been taking pictures with people at an airport or something, and then random people will come up and be like, "Who are you?" And I'll usually just make something up and just like say I play tennis or something. But if I want to just get them to know right away, I just say, "Damn, Gravy, you so vicious." Or, "Oh yeah, you're that guy."
Right.
And if it was him, he'd go la 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 la.
Yeah.
I've definitely been in Europe before, and I needed to get in somewhere, and they didn't know Betty, so then I was like, well, I also made la 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 la. They're like, all right, you're good. I knew that would be valid.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a difference here though. Like I feel like you seem, if you don't mind me saying so, you seem a little frustrated with the game right now, with the making little snippets to make and new people aren't listening to the full song. You seem a little more at peace with it.
Can't change it.
You can't change it. It's kind of like politics. It's like, you can't really change it that much because people are just going to rain down on their parade or your parade, and you can't. If someone is so like immensely like their thought process is A, and that's it, then let them be A. So it's just like you got to just be okay with it, I guess. It's like
I feel blessed that we got to
the point where we're at.
Yeah, we got to the point that we're at, and that when we started making music, we had tools like SoundCloud and Twitter and whatnot.
It sounds like you guys are making these records to make really great music, to make the music that you want to make, not to get this massive success or these kind of viral moments.
I mean, God bless having a hit. Feels good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at this point, we're both pretty much done. I would say, like, not finished career, but we're done. My dad is really proud of me.
Accomplished.
And we're accomplished. We've accomplished some things that I never even thought could have been humanly possible. Jerry D. Bro, Jerry D. You know what I mean? Like, we did Family Feud. So it's really cool to be able to do what we do. I think that it's just, you just got to play ball sometimes.
What's the best part about working together?
It's like a break.
We can trust each other's opinions instead of second-guessing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to finish a song on my own because I'm never sure. I'm like, do I really like this? But if we're together, we can just support each other and be like, yeah, that's fire.
It's also like, we get to just be so much, well, at least for me, I got to be so much more eccentric in the ridiculous pocket. And I don't know why. I mean, like, I'm making a ballad album right now too, but it's just fun making music with friends, and he's a friend of mine. And it's dope.
Mm-hmm.
We're airing this interview as part of our 50th anniversary of Hip Hop Week. We're doing on the show. What does hip hop mean to you?
I mean, it was super interesting. I was homeschooled, so I never really like grew up with other people like telling me what to listen to, or I didn't really grow up with too many friends. I broke my back. I was depressed. Yada yada yada. I used to be an athlete, and it just gave me a lot of comfort and a lot of it's like an outlet, emotional outlet when I make music, and it saved my life. Honestly, I don't know if I would be able to do, or I don't know if I would be happy if I didn't have the ability to make music with my friend, and have that emotional outlet. And it's great. It's a super, super beautiful art form, and I'm glad that it's still as popular as it is, and will probably forever be as popular.
I mean, and like you said, I mean, you guys are living proof of that, like 100% on SoundCloud, 100 followers on SoundCloud. You find one another, and the hip hop kind of gives you the careers that you have right now.
Like, I still to this day, I don't think anyone sounds like Matt. I mean, not only because his voice is just like a golden retriever, but like no one sounds like Matt. It's just like,
one of the best feelings that I've gotten was when I looked up. I've done it for him too. If you look up Young Gravy type beat and there's results, that's a good feeling. And I've done it with bbno money type beats out there.
Pots and pans.
Because if you have your own style that people are trying to copy it, I think that's a really good feeling.
Thanks for coming in. Nice to talk to you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
pleasure.
Thanks for having us, man.